Hello, Star Citizens, and welcome to another Ship Showdown video where we're going to make our pick. It's finally round three. Round three. It's the semifinals. Now, we're not even picking based on skins anymore. This is about what ship do you want? I guess you could say, who do you want to get a second skin? I think the winner gets a second skin or something like that. But I think at this point, everybody, you could just vote your conscience. I mean, people have been doing that anyway. Let's be completely honest. People have been doing that anyway. But anyway, before we start, as always, make sure you dislike or like or leave a comment and subscribe and all that goodness so that you can be entered to win our contest, or just because you feel like it. I mean, you don't have to try to win the contest, but I feel like, why not? I'm giving it away anyway. Why not? Anyway, or also, if you're subscribed, you can consider becoming a member and getting all the stuff that comes with all that stuff. And the ship we're giving away, I do think by Friday we'll get to talk about it. Interestingly enough, I think now that I've been watching the internet and seeing people's reactions to certain things, I don't know who's gonna be excited for this ship. I know I'm excited that it exists. Yeah, I probably should stop talking about that. Anyway, let's get to who won yesterday. So, oh, what happened? They're not. Oh, it says it won, but it's not doing the thing. Anyway, the FAC Lightning won. It won by more than double the votes. Yeah, I'm sorry, Sulian lovers. Or Sulin? Is it Sulin or Sulian? I think it's Sulin. Sulin lovers, I know. The Sulian has I like the Sulian. Like I said, I have a review coming out soon for it. But it didn't have a chance. Whoever won from the running, you got to remember how much people love combat ships. Like, there's people who love combat ships so much that their entire fleet is the same type of combat ship. I'm talking about heavy fighters, like 5 heavy fighters, 5 medium fighters, and 5 light fighters, and they got 15 ships, and it's all fighters. Like, that's what people do. There's people that have 3 ships that are gunships. They have people love combat ships, and that's why I really wish the alien division didn't go against the running gun division. I think they should have put the running gun division against the freighter division or the Pathfinder division, either one, because I feel like you want to put the 2 most likely to, just win based off popularity. You should put those 2 together so that only one popularity candidate kind of comes out of there. But the whole thing is a popularity contest, to be completely honest. Like, we all know that this is a popularity contest, right? Like, we know it's what ship is most popular in the moment, right? It's not necessarily which ship has been the most popular ever, obviously, because the Mercury is one of the most popular ships ever, and it lost in the first round. So it's not based on that. It's come the tournament, which ship is the most popular out of those on top, right? And then second to that, so let's say that gets you 3 points being popular. Let's say what gets you 2 points is the fact that you've never won it before and you have less skins. So that gets you 2 points. And then another one is like, how useful is your ship? Because if your ship isn't useful at all, that might hurt you a little bit. And so, or I guess it's not really usefulness. It's more so how easily can people see the value of your ship in comparison to its utility. Maybe I'm getting too complicated. Doesn't matter. C1 versus Terrapin, Reclaimer versus F8C. This is cool. I knew this was gonna happen. I was kind of like predicting that these were gonna be the final 4, but these next ones are, woo. I don't know how many people like the C1. The C1 feels like it kind of came out of nowhere. I knew it was going to end up in the semifinals, but I kind of didn't expect it to be on the list in the beginning. Like, I didn't think the C1 would make it into round one, let alone like where it is now. But once I saw it made it into round one, I was like, oh, obviously people like this ship more. And I knew people weren't going to vote for the Mercury because the Mercury's already been in a top 4 spot. So I knew it was at least going to make it to round 2. And then I saw that it was going up against probably the easiest or second easiest division. And I was like, it's going to make it to the semifinals. Not because of necessarily the quality of the C1, but because it's going up against the vehicles. I don't know why the underdogs wouldn't go up against the vehicles. That just makes sense because all of them are underdogs. All of them are underdogs. That would have made way more sense to me. Or at the very least, the underdog should have went against the alien. But the fact that an underdog made it to a semifinals, I think that kind of speaks to like the fact that the Terrapin was in the wrong division. The Terrapin should have either been in the Pathfinder division, or it should have been in, it could have, I mean, I guess it couldn't really be in the combat. I guess it really only could have been in the Pathfinder division. So yeah, anyway, let's see. This one's easy for me because, you know, I want the Terrapin to win the whole thing. I just want to know, what are people voting on? Oh my goodness, the Terrapin might lose it. The Terrapin might lose it. Folks, I'm going to tell you right now, if the Terrapin loses, then we might see the F8C win the whole thing. Because the Terrapin is the only one that can stand up against that F8C Lightning. But this is close. This is only 25 minutes in, so I guess you can't even really look at this, but still, or 35 minutes in, my math is terrible. 35 minutes in, and it's a 500 vote lead for the C1. I didn't see that coming. But I'm so glad that, like, it's close. Because I need my Terrapin to come through. Now, like I said, I think this voting round, the semifinals is where you start to see like people who vote against things because their ship didn't win or whatever. So it's kind of unpredictable in a way because people might be like, somebody might be mad that the Ursa Medevac didn't win, so they vote against the C1. Somebody might be mad the 600i didn't win, so they vote against the Terrapin. Somebody might be mad the Fury didn't win, so they vote against the Reclaimer. So on and so forth, right? Oh, look, it populated. Look at that. That's weird. It populated as we were filming. All right, whatever. But anyway, people might be upset that their ship didn't win, so they might vote against the ship because they no longer have a dog in the fight. And so these things, it really comes down to those X factor votes, like how many people are voting for the Terrapin because they like it, or voting for the C1 because they like it, and how many people are voting against the C1 because they hate it, or against the Terrapin because they hate it, and not necessarily because they hate that specific ship, but because they hate that it beat their specific ship. And then, of course, you know, sometimes it's just one ship is more popular than the other. You know, it could be based on utility. It could be based on a lot of different things. But yeah, this is the interesting one. I like this. I like a little bit of intrigue. I think a lot of these battles have been like, obviously this one's gonna win. I think there were a few close ones, but for the most part, it was like, oh, that's obvious. Oh, that's obvious. Oh, that's obvious. So it's good to finally have one where it's like, I don't know. But yeah, if you don't have a dog in the race and you're like, I don't know which one to vote for the Terrapin. If you vote for the C1 though, I really don't care because my Terrapin got a skin, and that's all I really cared about. It made the semifinals. It got a skin. That's all we wanted. That's all we wanted. At this point, whoever wins is whoever wins. Okay, that's it. I don't. No dog in the fight. I have a Reclaimer. I have an F8C, so I'm getting 3 skins. I'm a happy camper. I have a Terrapin, I have a Reclaimer, I have an FAC Lightning. I got 3 skins coming my way. That's at least $9 worth of skins. So yeah, I'm good. I'm having a great time at this point. I think I even if the C1, especially considering how close it is, I don't think the C1 could take out the F8C. I don't think. I think the F8C like it's interesting because I've been hearing people talk about what the meme ship is, and people are saying it's the Terrapin, but I'm like, no, the meme would be the one that doesn't have actual genuine love. It's the one that people are just like, let's see what happens if this one wins, right? The Terrapin has had love since its inception. People have bought the Terrapin, melted it, bought it, melted it. That's how you know that people love a ship. When they know that they don't really have a use for it, but they keep buying it anyway, and then they have to melt it because they're like, I don't need that. But they keep buying it anyway. The Terrapin has had love. It can't be a meme ship if there's genuine love there, right? I think if the Ursa Medevac would have won, there's still genuine love there. The C1 Spirit, genuine love. There's like people genuinely love these ships. Now, if the Fury LX would have won, I might have been like meme because I know there's not that many people that own the Fury LX. So yeah, I think the most meme ship to win would be the F8C Lightning because there are so few people who own that ship. It's $300 with no upgrades. $300, no upgrades. And on top of that, it's super limited. Like they've only sold it what, twice? And you had to have what, a golden ticket or a platinum ticket to even get one. So yeah, it's not only do not that many people have it, but the idea I think here is to make them sell the F8C Lightning again without needing a ticket to purchase it. If I had to guess, that would be the idea. Make the F8C Lightning win so that we could force them to sell it without a golden ticket. But here's my thing. Here's my thing about that. It's in the Final Four, and I don't think they're selling it. So I'm going to open up another window, and we're going to see if they're selling. It's in the Final Four, right? All the ships from the Final Four are supposed to be being sold, and it's in the Final Four, and I do not think that it's going to be sold. I don't think that it's going to be sold, and I don't know if that's okay. Like, to me, I'm like, they kind of said they weren't going to sell that ship, but it's like they also did say that they were going to sell whatever ships, make it to the Final Four. So let me see if there's actually, where would I even go? Let me see. So I just checked. The F8C is not available to purchase. So I think there's your answer. Like, that, I think the idea was, I mean, I don't know if that's the only idea. I know people actually love the F8C. I'm not saying nobody loves it, but what I'm saying is I think that's the closest ship we have to a meme, because the idea isn't, oh, I like this ship necessarily because it's better. It's, I want to make CIG do something, or I'm trying to invoke an emotion or a reaction or something like that. That's what a meme is. Memes aren't, oh, a bunch of people love this ship and it just happened to win because people love it. It's, I want to invoke, I'm only voting to invoke a reaction or something like that. But the thing is, I think there's also a lot of people that like the F8C. So I think it's like half meme, half like genuine love. So does that count as a meme? I don't know. I think people are just upset about the MPUV fiasco that happened a while back. And I wasn't upset, because I'm like, it's just a skin, folks. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm a huge fan of the Terrapin, and I've always been a huge fan of the Terrapin. But the thing is, I know this is just a skin. And again, I say this as somebody who does not have skin in the race, because I have 3 of the 4 semifinal ships. So it's fine. The Terrapin I just bought, so it's not like I've had it this whole time, and I've been looking for more skins. Yeah, if the C1 beats the Terrapin, I'm good with that. But I still think the Terrapin will win. But I would be good with it if the C1 wins, because yeah, the C1 has a few skins, but the C1 could just as easily get in there. I just think whoever makes it here has to deal with the FAC Lightning, and I don't think the C1 has a chance. I think the Terrapin has enough, like, because it came out in 2015 versus the C1, which I think came out in like 22, or it was either 22. I think it was 22. The C1 came out. And the Terrapin has been around since 2015. That ship has been out 9 years. That's a long time to gather followers of the tiny turtle. So I think the Terrapin has a better chance against the FAC Lightning. I don't think the C1 takes it against the FAC Lightning, but I think the Terrapin has a chance, because the FAC Lightning is coming, folks. It's coming. Whether you like it or not, that thing is making it to the finals. So just strap in. All right, that's it for this one. I will see you in the next one. Shout out to the members. Peace.